Warren was asking what a structure point. Warren explaining exactly what the structure points is and how we identify them is way beyond the scope of the trade planning session. But what I can tell you is we identify the chart as a building, like a structural building, and we identify the building blocks, if you will, because these are inflection point on the chart where major decisions have been made by the traders, and they force the market forces a move. So for the time being, take a structural point, a simple definition, as for you a trend changing point, if you will. It's not particularly exactly that, but for the sake of simplicity. So if here it trades below 157.06, then the trend in the pound dollar is down, and you only want to be shorting the pound dollar below a structural point. If the prices are above a structural point or a significant point, we have a long point, a significant point, and a structural point. So the number one in the hierarchy is the structural, the second one is the significant, the third is hello? Okay, thank you. What's happening? Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm talking and I'm not projecting. Okay. Is an inflection point, which i.e., I mean inflection is a big word, but I don't know what, trying to stress upon you what it is. But above, let's say above 157.06, you only want to be looking, you want to be long or you want to be on the sideline, but going short is not one of the options that you have. Below the 157.06, you want to be short, or you want to be on the sidelines. Buying is no longer an option. Okay? So, in this case, Warren, our structural point is 157.06. We have closed the week at, yes? Okay, hold on a sec. Hold on. Stay with me. Stay on the line because I don't know what's happening here. Hold on a second. I see it just projecting the pound dollar. Huh? Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to stop it and start. Stay with me again. It's just I'm using one screen. That's why it's... Okay, just let me know if you can see it correctly now. Hold on a sec. Is it okay now? Okay. If something happens, just give me a call back. I don't know what's the internet. All right. Hopefully on Monday we'll get the pipe in. So tomorrow, I hope. Yeah. Okay. Good. Thanks. Oh, guys, what I mean the pipe is, we're getting the an internet pipe into the office, so it's going to be much higher speed, so it's not a smoking pipe. Okay, so right here, we are now trading at the 158.17, and the turning point, the structural point, is the 157.06. Now, keep in mind that we have identified that the pound is the weakest, and as you can see how it closed the week here, much weaker than all the other currencies. The yen closed at the high of the week, the dollar, the Swiss closed at the high of the week, the Aussie closed at the high of the week. There is a big slide from the high on. Again, why? Because it is not that the pound is strong, rather it is the dollar is too weak. So that is the interpretation. And you can see the last 4 days or the whole of last week the pound was actually declining, only to reverse on Friday, and this was the big capitulation in the dollar on Friday. So we have to be cautious, and the next structure point is the 159.80, and that is a very powerful point on the pound dollar, which is the 159.80. So we probably, if the dollar continues its slide, and you will be able to see that in the dollar Swiss, in the dollar yen, in the euro dollar, in the Aussie dollar, if you see all these pairs are going up, then your last choice to be a buyer in that currency would be in the pound, and you're looking for a push towards the 159.80. Okay? So our short point is the 157.06. It is also our structural point, and it is also our short stop. On the long side, we'll identify the long point from the intraday, and this is also a pretty decent chart. It looks very interesting. That here is our structural point, so we will be buying it. It closed the week at 58.24. Our buying point is 58.70, which is also pretty good. So we will buy it at 58.70, 158.72. So our buying point is going to be 158.72, and our short point is going to be which is the structure point that we picked, which is the 157.06. And you see now, this was the 157.06 was the structure long on the way up. So now we're above it. So now it is going to play a different role. It is going to play the role of the structural short. It's going to reverse its roles. And the next structural point is the 159.80. And these guys, these numbers that will go in your head, you should never forget these structural points. You can be sitting on the beach and you look at listen to the news or watch TV, and you say, okay, the pound is above 159.80. You don't need to think twice. Just go and buy it and put your stop below it. Okay? Because it is such a powerful entry point. The long stop, if I'm going to go long above the 158.72, we're going to place our stop where this market has closed, which is the 158.24. So my stop on the long is the 158.24. Okay? And my short stop is 157. I'm using the same price point because it's such a powerful point. We're using the one and the same. So the pound, we are going to be buying the pound above 158.72, and if we do buy it, we're going to place our stop below 158.24. So I'm risking about 50 pips on that trade. I'm going to go short below 157.06, and my structure short is also the 157.06, and it is also my stop. If I go below that, I'm going to place my stop within common sense, few pips, 10, 15, or even 20 pips above the 157.06. And if the prices go above, if I'm going to go long above the 159.72, then the next structure point to the upside is the 159.80. Okay, that is the pound dollar.